What brought us to Light of the Desert, our family, pretty much. We're really close with all of our immediate family here. Most weekends we're together.
We started coming regularly about 2 years ago. Prior to that, it was very much just the big holidays. And we came because my mother-in-law, Dana's mom, wanted to be more of a part.
Then we all had our own kids. We started coming. We were like, oh, this is kind of nice. This is kind of nice to come every week. So now we're like asking her, are you on to church this week? And so it all kind of worked itself out. But yeah, we started because of her.
I think it was Mom, honestly. Oh gosh, I'm gonna get emotional talking about it, but she's been, they raised us in the church. And when we moved out here, we didn't have a church that quite felt right. And so she didn't force it. She just had us, go when we wanted to. And then after we all graduated college and had families of our own, she that church closed down that she was going to, and so she wanted to try a Lutheran church again. And it just felt right. Like, one of the things that when Pastor Paul does communion and stands at the front and says, like, this is not our meal, this is Jesus's meal, and talks about how everybody is welcome. That's something that is so unique to this church. And immediately I was just like, this is where we belong. And so that was how we got here. And we love it.
Then when we had our children, we lived in the Akron area. And so we all went to the church that I grew up in with my parents. So it was multi-generational, like we're talking about today. And when we ended up moving here, we're in this big city, not used to all the people, all the busyness in Phoenix. And it was an adjustment for all of us, I think. And the kids finished high school and then went to college and then reached this point where they all got married and bought houses very close to us, all three of them, Jacqueline and Dana and Kurt, and then they started having children, and then I think that God was calling us back to the church at that point. And so I had been going to a larger church, and a lot of times I went by myself. Then when they started showing interest and wanting to go to church, then I remembered that Steve and I had checked out Light of the Desert before, and I thought it might be a fit for our family. So then we all started coming, and they trickled in, and everybody just was so welcoming here. I can't tell you how friendly everybody is, all the ages, and that's multi-generational too, coming to a church and the little grandkids being around all the ages and us all being welcomed in, and it was so friendly, and it clicked.
Probably 8 months ago, my sister gave birth to Kinley, and when she was unable to come to church, it was amazing to see all the outreach of the community at this church, just saying congratulations to all of us. And we really were like, oh my gosh, this is awesome. We need to be a part of this. So anytime that we're asked to do something, we try to do our best to participate and do everything that we can for this community that's treated our family so well.
Honestly, being here, everybody was so welcoming. They people gravitate towards kids to begin with, but I don't know. Like, I don't think it was us. I think it was more the congregation who welcomed us, which is nice.
I think it is very much being a part of more. With COVID, working from home and not being out and about and seeing everybody all the time and having the camaraderie and the same thoughts and the same beliefs and the same opportunities, is what has kind of made it feel more like home.
Well, I think being as the outsider coming into their family, being very accepted, close family is really important to us. As you can see, multiple generations coming, and we do Sunday dinners every single week. And so being a community is just kind of natural to us. We can share that community of us with other people. I think that's really important to us, as well as having our children and us around other people with like minds, like experiences, something that is, I think, beneficial too.
Southern Ohio, which, by the way, she has some roots. Her family has some roots. Her mom lived in Portsmouth, Ohio. It's community. That's where the community comes from. We want to be. We don't avoid that. We run toward being with others.
And the church is the perfect place to go, to get involved, and to do these things, and to welcome others into the family that we have going here within the church. That's why when people are asking us to volunteer and to do some things within the church, even to like bring food, like we're all in. Potlucks, yeah, we are good at those. We will, and we love it. We love doing this stuff with the community at church.